typical class at IRIE dances is not very different to a typical class of dance class in any other institutions. Obviously you'd start with a warm-up and then you have your center work and you go across the floor and probably a sequence. What makes it different is what we're studying, which is dance of the African diaspora. I think that there is the style, the technique, the culture are fundamentals in terms of delivering that training, both theory and practice. And it's really critical that the practice is matched to the theory so that there's a clear understanding of what the students are learning. Rhythmic sensitivity, the cultural connection, we look at grounding, and certain areas within the form where you look at undulation and pulsation. So all of these areas are critical. And the other thing that's really critical for us is that we have live drumming and percussions, because both forms that we're looking at, whether it's Caribbean folk or West African dance, the music is critical. So that the uniqueness of that, of having drummers in the class, is really key to the styles that they're learning.
You get to learn a lot about the culture while doing the dance, depending on what dance you're doing from a specific country. And you also get to learn how to perform those movements to the best of your ability. So count, you think with the rhythm, your body and soul is with the drums.
It creates another level of intimacy, I guess, with how you communicate with each other, how you can tell them to direct the song so that you can dance to it or respond to it.
I think that's something that IRIE is so cutting edge and groundbreaking, because we explore dance of the African diaspora and we take that into schools and help with cultural awareness, identity, understanding the importance of dance and how to link that through different genres.
In my experience with IRIE, it's about the storytelling, the narrative behind a movement. So where that movement comes from, why it's performed that way, what is the connection with the historical, sociological, economical situation in a contemporary world and in the history. Dance of the African and African diaspora is mainly based on that. When we're talking about be confident when you don't know where you are going. So it's teaching you to be brave, but also to be humble. There's people before you that did the great work in order that there is a space like this for you to, dive deep into your artistry.
African and Caribbean culture is such a massive part of global culture, and dance is I think is the rawest form that you can connect to yourself. So to have those styles embedded in the curriculum and in the education system, I think benefits people a lot.
It is critical that dance of the African diaspora holds a really significant place in education, in our communities, because at the end of the day, it is really about people understanding themselves, understanding their roots, looking at how we can best spread that news across our society.
This is really about changing the landscape, providing equality through education and the arts creatively. Dance can be life-changing. There's so many sides to it: dance, health, well-being, creativity, performance, and especially for us, having a lot of young people into the building and then going through up towards the degree. It's about encouraging people to develop a creative career, performance, seeing all the possibilities, because a lot of people coming on the degree would say that they weren't aware that they could follow dance that way through. So for us, the mission here is to really encourage young people through school, as Beverly says, all the great properties that has, through primary, secondary, and then onto our degree, so they can see a real pathway going through.
The ethos behind IRIE, I think, is very community-led and wholesome in the way of how the teachers teach us, how the teachers teach us to treat ourselves when we're dancing, how we approach our dance practice. It creates a really nice environment when we're all working together in the space. It makes you feel alive, makes you feel happy. And I think for when children get to practice that at a young age, to have that feeling of moving your body and like experiencing the physical response and the emotional response you get when you dance, I think that sets children up to continue following that feeling.
I mean, we know how important the arts is in terms of helping to develop people's learning and kind of understanding of each other. We just have to kind of look at the feedback we get to understand the importance and the impact that dance has on young people. And again, it's about experiences. It's about positive experiences that will last a lifetime.